I had a friend share this out for me because I'm still being spanked by Facebook, and apparently this is the current, you know, what some people think of Five Nights at Freddy's. No, it's not. I'm guessing, no, it's not scary. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. 8-year-olds play that shit. Tell them I said that. Well, Dave, received and no fucks given.
Engineer, a conscious pioneer, a logic general, a reason brigadier. More bullshit from the pulpit. Meet me in the comment section and you get schooled, bitch. The Godless Engineer.
To go over first. So, start with number 1. This was on my Leviticus 2013 video. The civilized society was not made out of gay people. The words said in this video are a lie. Americans abuse freedom and freedom of speech and influence other countries. Presidents, politicians, and parents have failed their only mission to raise children according to the Bible. Amen. Amen, brother. Really? That's the one thing, is that we failed to raise children according to the Bible. I don't know. Today, my son had about a 2-hour, like, temper tantrum that he just wasn't coming out of in a smooth way. I think I should go and stone his ass right now for having a temper tantrum. Yeah, because you know what? That's in the Bible. Disobeying parents, yeah, that's in the Bible. You should stone that motherfucker for that. Let's see. What else? He's hit me on a number of occasions. That's instant death penalty right there. I mean, to be perfectly honest, if we did live by the Bible and we raised our kids by the Bible, all we would have are kids that could survive a couple rocks to the head. And even then, they'd probably suffer a concussion and probably some mental defects and whatever. So, yeah. I'm sure Paul is just reading this like, oh my god. Genesis code. Yes, there was most certain metal workers long before the flood. Read Genesis, you moron. Wait, hold on. I didn't read that in the correct tone of voice. Let me do it justice real quick, okay? Yes, there was most certain metal workers long before the flood. Read Genesis, you moron. Yeah, I mean, obviously this is a fundy or a troll. I'm gonna address this as if it's a fundy. You know, the Genesis is completely... No, Genesis is nowhere near any kind of good evidence for anything. I mean, obviously, it goes against so many different fucking things that it's incomprehensible how much bullshit is actually in Genesis that people actually read it and they're just like, yeah, that makes total sense. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. God just made Adam out of the ground, but fuck evolution. Oh man. Alright, so this is another Rue thing. I've got this in here purely because it's a comment, and I was just looking for good comments to present tonight. And this is Jesus the Atheist 1. I have to say that the fact that he's got to do Jesus the Atheist 1 and it's not so original, that he had to put one. I think that if I were ever to do it, like, I would never have Godless Engineer 526. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't put a number at the end of it because, you know, that just makes it look like there's so many before it that I am that unoriginal. I just wanted that name so bad that I tacked on a number to the end of it. Editing the video to suit your own narrative displays how weak your argument actually is, and I respond in kind, saying I edited the video to highlight where the fallacies occur. My arguments aren't weak, you're just fighting the inevitable. Now, I say fighting the inevitable because the inevitable is that people have to come to the realization that Rue has been called out on his bullshit. And he's been called out to the point that he doesn't even want to acknowledge it. Like, it's not that my arguments are weak, it's that my arguments are spot on. If my arguments were weak, he would mirror my video and put it on his channel like he's done with other people. Not that they have weak arguments, but that they were easy representations of his opposition. He doesn't want to show a competent opposition, or at least what he perceives to be a competent opposition. I thought the videos were fine. Now, this is the best one of the night. This one is actually comment of the day, officially. The other ones were just for fun, of course. Here's from the IRT screening of the Jehovah's Witness cartoon. Hi, XJW here, was one for 25 years, beginning at the age of 5. Revelation does mention 144,000 people in Revelation chapter 14, 144,000, 12 spiritual tribes of Israel times 12,000 per tribe. Edit note, apparently that was chapter 7, has 12,000 people coming out of each of the 12 tribes of Israel. Oh, and the number of the beast in Revelation chapter 13 is not 666. Archaeologists found an older source, and upon examination, the number of the beast turned out to be 616. So, if you happen to live in the area code, in the area that has the area code of 616, you're living in the area of the beast, which is officially hell now. Hold on. You know what? Let's see, where is that at? Area code 616. Michigan, you're fucked. Michigan. That little area of Michigan. That's officially the center of the devil. That is where the devil lives. You could probably find his mansion on some kind of stars maps there. I don't know. My guess is that he might live in a trailer. I don't really know the area that well, but Satan, it kind of seems like it. That, or it might be a library. Who knows? Okay. This was sent to me by one of you lucky people. You'll know who you are. They were having an argument on one of my videos. Logical fallacy of misapplying your excuses and dismissals upon an incident whereby you had no ability to witness it yourself. That's not a logical fallacy. I have no idea what kind of fallacy that would be, but that's not a fallacy. That logical fallacy of misapplying your excuses and dismissals. I would love to see the documentation on what exactly that fallacy means. Never heard of Deadpool. Is there a lot of death? Yes, there's a lot of death. So, there's that. Yeah, there's a lot of sass too, but you know, there's also some death, so. Alright, first, anti-Islam. Listen up, you fat F. No matter how much you grovel, no matter how much you ass kiss, no matter how long you let your neck beard grow, no matter how many try-hard tattoos you get, no matter how many diet shakes you consume, no matter how many video responses you make to defend Jacqueline's honor, no matter how many white knighting crusades you go on, your 2-inch dick won't get within a mile of her bunghole. Deal with it, fat boy. You're a fat effing loser. P.S. Devin can go F himself too. Let's see, there's that one. And then the Bavarian Conservative says, making this video was a big mistake. You'll pay for this. And then on a serious note, this is actually a pretty good constructive comment. Robert Griffin, Godless engineer. You should know I respect your work and analysts and all that, but the issue on this is stats about people in the USA. He was not talking about around the world. He was also not talking about all violent crimes. He was talking about the number of murders attributed to categories of people. One category has a higher percentage of people committing murders than another category in the USA, and no one wants to address the issue. I would go as far as call what you did on this a red herring. You just took away focus from what he was discussing to point out non-relevant data. Other than that, you were spot on, and I still watch and thumbs up your work. Well, I appreciate that. Okay, Robert, I appreciate your comment there. I do consider it, you know, constructive criticism or valuable criticism, at least in my view. And I would respond by saying I think that there could be a solid argument made for that, but at the same time, I think that he just needed to be a bit more clear in what he said, and I don't think that, you know, even in ranting, even in a reactionary kind of video where, you know, you're obviously trying to refute someone's claims or respond against someone's claims. I mean, we shouldn't allow people to be just blatantly fallacious and then write it off. You know, I mean, I would hope that if I made a fallacious argument, anybody would call me out, which they have. Agent of Doubt, while I was talking to Inventor Gorilla, he called me out on one, and I admitted that I did, in fact, commit one. And so I said that I would let it pass. And yeah, so just like Lucy said in the chat there, I would have been more specific in my wording. You know, in my exchanges with Rue yesterday, which, oh, there's another one that I want to show real quick. In my exchanges yesterday with Rue, it's like he had a problem with the fact that I was calling him out, and not with the fact that he had a problem with me just simply pointing out the fallacies, and he wasn't satisfied with the fact that I wasn't saying that he was wrong. I was saying that he needed to argue it better. We had a nice little discussion, I guess you could call it, on Facebook or on Twitter last night. Atheist Rue, I told him that the sign of someone with no argument, that's when he first called me fat. And then he goes, I've got plenty of arguments, and you're fat. See how that worked? And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm fat? Why didn't anyone tell me? I thought I was fit as a fiddle. Why, God, why? And then he blocked me. David approves with this method. I'm glad you approve, David.